I don't know what it is, but every time I want to start a video, I've either got to scratch my nose or cough or something, and I have to restart the recorder, and it's not even a second in. But anyway, hey folks, yeah, new hair colour again. The last time I went brown, to be honest, it was when I had my slight breakdown back at, I don't know, just before Christmas. This time it is deliberately done, and you'll see I've still got a bit of pink because that's just keeping my sanity. The reason for the change, to be honest, the pink and the purple, all of it was a combination of it was fading out too quickly, and I'd had pink hair for that long now, you being all pink, and I start messing about with it like I do, and it was beginning to feel a little clownish. Now, I still need to keep a bit of pink because, as I expressed, back when I had my breakdown, I put pink through it, and it just left me feeling really, really good. So I've got to keep a bit of pink just for my own sanity. I couldn't go straight brown because that's not who I am, to be honest. So we've gone mostly brown with a little pink streak because why not? And this sort of goes towards me trying to find my style, if you will. I've been torn in terms of fashion. I spend my life in a uniform. 4 or 5 days a week I am in a uniform for between 6 and 8 hours a day. And then when I'm not, I don't go out because of plague and the fact that a lot of the people that I hang out with are also hiding because of plague, and the fact then as well that I lost a lot of friends when I came out, but that's for another day. But as a result, I don't go out, so I don't feel the need to dress up, is the point that I'm trying to make. So when I'm not at work, it's usually like tatty trackies and a shirt of some description, and I'm slightly leaning more towards androgyny at the moment, in terms of my presentation, hence the hair and the glasses and things of that nature, and still got my little trans earrings. I don't know if you can see those. Got those off Etsy. They're cute. But yeah, I'm leaning more towards androgyny at the moment, because I'm not comfortable looking as I do, in terms of my body and stuff. I'm not comfortable presenting femme, but then I don't want to present masculine, if you know what I mean. So it's finding the fine balance. I mean, I don't want to go out in skirts and dresses just yet because I don't feel comfortable like that, because it would be, I would be viewed as the man in the dress, and it's just not fair to other trans folk that yes, I mean, it should be, dress how you want, look how you want the things, and there's various arguments about that, but I don't think it's fair to enhance the stereotype of the man in the dress. I've got to be honest. So once I'm ready to present like that, then I will. But that's a way away yet. So at the moment I'm trying to find my style, and I recently discovered combat trousers, feminine cut combat trousers, and they don't look bad, to be honest. So I'm busy working through various combinations with that, and tops and stuff like that, and going sleeveless and stuff, and getting more feminine shirts and things of that nature, just to mix and match. It's a weird place where I'm at in terms of my overall presentation and style, because I've never really had a style other than comfortable, and I wanted to mix that up with some slightly feminine elements, but not overtly feminine, if you know what I mean. It's finding the balance for me personally. This is all for me personally. I'm not, it's the age-old dress how you want to dress. I'm not comfortable presenting fully femme yet. Maybe further down the road I will be. I was working out the other day that, I was telling somebody that I'm going by Mix now rather than Mr. or Miss, and the person just went off, no, you're a girl, you go by Miss. And I'm like, you don't get to tell me that. Yes, I still go by she, her, but I'm definitely an MX, and bless her that she's trying to get her head around it. It's a very good friend of mine. But it's for somebody dealing with the idea of like neo-pronouns and stuff like that, it can be complicated. which is why I just stick with simple she, her pronouns. For a while I was going to go with she and they, but ultimately it didn't feel right for me. So, and again, this is the whole point of like transition, non-binary identities, things of that nature. You've got to go with what feels right for you. Nobody else can tell you what you are and what you want to use, you know. So if you want to use they, them, she, her, zz, something like that, that's entirely up to you. I feel comfortable using she, her. I also feel comfortable using mix. So got to get onto all my various accounts and change that if it's an option, which it's one of those odd ones where sadly it's still not fully recognised in law. You can apparently put it on official documents like, you know, driving licenses and stuff, but it's in terms of legality, there are certain grey areas around that, and there are certain court cases where it proves that non-binary identities are covered, but then there are others where it's like, no, you are male or you are female. Google is your friend, to be honest there, because it's like one court case, I think it was somebody versus Land Rover, and it's like, yes, non-binary identities are protected under the Equality Act, that's fine. But then another one, I think it was a recent judicial review or something, it's like, right, you're either a boy or a girl, male or female, and if you're transitioning, you are then the opposite one. So legally, if you're transitioning, like somebody like myself now, because I'm transitioning, I'm legally female under the one ruling. Again, Google. I'm not here to come up with ideas for that, because it's very complicated and it takes a better mind than mine to read into it. But yes, anyway, so in terms of my overall style, I think I've found where I want to be at the moment. It's one of those odd ones. I want to. It's the age old, you know, men don't wear pink, and I'm like, well, I'm not a man, so I can wear pink. Yeah, it's that argument. But then at the same time, it's like, I don't want to be. God, my hair's. I need a trim. I'm aiming for androgyny. It's like I've got, in terms of my work uniform, I've got girl top half, boy bottom half, unisex boots. That is fine for now. I mean, yes, it'd be better if I could have girl trousers, but the provided girl trousers that we are allowed at this store, they are woefully inadequate for the job that I do. So, you know, I can stick with the boy trousers, belt loops, you know. But hopefully, you know, you never know, there might be changes at a corporate level on that one. You hope. It's weird. But again, it's not something that causes me mass dysphoria. I mean, if it was an issue for me mentally, then yes, I would present fully femme, but it's the whole ambivalence about it all that I still struggle with. Yeah, well, not so much struggle, more, it's more that I need, you know, I feel the need to fit into a box when I don't need to, if that makes sense. Yeah, again, labels and identities and stuff, it's entirely personal. That's the thing to remember, is it is entirely personal, it is entirely up to yourself what you do or don't use. I'm literally just expressing what my personal preferences are. So again, still going by she, her, but I'm an MX, and I'm going to start dressing slightly more androgynously, you know, and hopefully work a bit harder on my transition. Because, I mean, that was the thing that I was working out the other day, is I don't want to transition to be female, I want to transition to be more feminine. Yeah, it's, again, entirely personal. And it's a very strange, should have shaped that bit, very strange sort of time period to be in, for me, anyway, at this point in my life, at this stage, and at this age. It's very strange to be coming to terms with these things, and not having the ability, especially with plague and that, to actually go out and meet people and discuss these things. It's very, very strange. That and everything costs money, so, you know, therapy isn't cheap, although it should be, but that's just, I'm not going to go down that route. But yeah, there wasn't really much point to this other than to say I'm still going by MX, I'm still going by Holly, still going by she, her, but I think I've finally found the look that I want for now, so, if that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to do a video on and off, either, you know, for a vlog or a Nerf gun blaster for a while, and I just can't find the motivation. Or if I try and do a Nerf plaster, something goes wrong and I can't be bothered to put it out. So it's like, But yeah, so I've got to pull my thumb out. Especially as I've had 3 videos now hit over 1,000 views for my Nerf stuff. Oh, well, no, one's a costume. But yeah, I mean, it's not small numbers. You know, I mean, I've got one video that's got 2,000 views on it. I mean, that is not small. I mean, yes, I've still only got 40 subscribers or so, but that's still 2,000 views. That's a lot of watching. You know, I can't think of anything that I've seen 2,000 times. But the 2,000 people have watched my stuff. So yeah, I kind of need to make a bit more of an effort. But at the same time, you know, full-time job and house repairs and being a carer. Yeah, it's great fun. Right, I'm going to leave it there because I got to go to work now. Right, take care. Speak to you soon.